welcome to Ahrex fly tying. My name is Håkan and today I will be tying an imitation of a yellow mayfly. It's a quite simple pattern. I'm usually, I will show you, I'm usually tying this type of flies when I imitate mayfly. And this is a really nice looking mayfly and it imitates the true mayfly super. But if you're fishing it in a fast running water, this doesn't float as good as it should. So I will be tying a simpler variation, which I got from my friend Johan Klingenberg. And I will actually be only using parts from whiting hackle in different types. So let's start setting the hook. I'm using the Ahrex Freshwater 502 size 14. The thread is a light yellow, just to suit the color of the fly. And this is a pattern that you can use to imitate most of the mayfly that you see on your water. Just change the color of the body hackle and the size of the hook. The tail and actually the body is made from this material, which is a material from whiting. It's the cocktail tailing from mayfly, and we're using these feathers with really long fibers, which are super for tailing on dry flies. But they are long enough to use for the body as well, so we will be using it for both the tail and the body. So I just pull off a few fibers for the tail, and I want this fly to ride very high on the water, so I will do the tail slightly longer than I would normally do with the other imitation. So close to, oh maybe that's a bit too long, close to the same length as the hook shank, and tie it down. And then we just cut it off, leaving enough room for the hackle. And then we go back to the tail and I take another bunch of fibers from the Coq de Leon feather. But this time I tie it in by the tips. Make sure you catch all the fibers. Pull them slightly, so I just tie in the tips, and then we tie it down. And then I try to make a slightly tapered underbody. And these fibers, they are a bit translucent, so if you're using, for example, if I was using another color on the thread, I will get another impression of the body. So I'm using this light yellow because I want sort of a yellow body. And then we just carefully wind the bundle of fibers. This is the mayfly tailing, which is dyed pale yellow, but as it is dyed on a pardo feather, you get some sort of markings, but it looks more natural, I would say. So there we have a nice body for the fly. And instead of tying in wing and hackle, we will be using two different types of hackle to imitate the legs and the wing. So we start off with the first hackle, which is actually a grizzly dyed March brown. You can use a ginger or a plain dyed pale yellow or something, but I'm using this grizzly one. So we just tie it in front of the body, and we make a few turns. I'm using a hackle with slightly longer fibers than I normally should for this size of hook, and the reason is I want the fly to ride on top of the water. And then I tie it in, and as you can see I leave quite a lot of space for the next hackle, and the next hackle is supposed to imitate the wings. And most of the wings on the mayflies are dun or grayish. So I'm using a dun grizzly. You can use just a light or medium done as well. So we just tie it in. And I don't need many turns of this one. I just will do 2 or maybe 3 turns. And tie it in. And I will just finish the fly with a whip finish. Of course, you can do the fly with making the body of biot. You can also make it with dubbing, it's what you prefer, but I thought it was nice to show you the possibility of using this Coq de Leon tailing feather. And there we have a double hackle yellow mayfly.